It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
It's basically like the same concept as Freddy versus Jason. You're taking two villainous...
Two 80s horrors.
Two 80s horrors and mashing them up together.
I don't quantify like Alien and Predator as like horror films. I know they are.
Yeah.
But just like I just watched that other sci-fi film. Oh, Vibranium or whatever
Yeah, with Jesse Eisenberg
and Imogen Poots or whatever.
Yes.
I don't think sci-fi, as scary as sci-fi films get me, they're not. I don't classify them as horrors.
Yeah, well, definitely when you take it to space and there's laser guns, it's because it's so far removed from our reality. I think.
Even the like Ryan Reynolds, was it called Life? The Ryan Reynolds Jake Gyllenhaal space one with the like Venom essentially comes to life and
where
kills
we
him.
thought it was the spin-off.
The prequel to Venom.
Prequel to Venom, yes, exactly.
That movie is fucking insane and scary as fuck.
But you still wouldn't classify it as a traditional
No, because I don't like horror. I guess we've talked about this. I guess what I don't like in horror is needless gore.
Yeah, well, but you like Quentin Tarantino films.
I know.
And like,
That's
let's take
pretty
Django for instance. The climax of Django, when everyone's limbs.
Blah, 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 blah,
There's when Django's fucking shit up in the plantation mansion, right?
FSU.
And he shoots one of the girls there, shoots her from a certain direction, and she flies to the left, where it's physically impossible. It makes no sense in terms of physics.
He had to get her out of the way, bro.
You know what it is about like sci-fi horrors that aren't as scary or anything that is so far removed from our reality? Let's take zombie movies are terrifying to me because
Not to me.
really you
They're
don't
fascinating.
find them fascinating for sure. Like I am weirdly fascinated by it, but also terrified because like what if it did happen if it takes place in like modern society when they depict it as that. But let's say a zombie movie that happens in medieval times, I'm not gonna be as scared.
Sure.
Because I can't
Because you're like, that
connect
didn't
with
happen
that.
already.
Yeah, and how I
World War Z is scarier than...
then like you're trying to think of a zombie movie that takes
Yeah.
place in a different era. I can't even think of one.
That Nazi zombie film. Did you ever see that one on Netflix?
No, they have a Nazi zombie film. I only know the Nazi zombies from Call of Duty, and that's also a good example
There
of
we
me
go.
not being scared. Also, Nazi zombies, you're packed with a bunch of
I
guns
always
to
used to say
protect
that's
yourself.
the best case scenario. I remember when that game first came out, people would always be like, "Do you think based on this game you could probably survive in a zombie apocalypse?" I'm like, I think based on this game, guns materialize out of nothing.
So yes, if that's the reality, then
Yeah,
yes.
Then yeah, I'll live forever. I'll
If
live 31 rounds.
If I could give this wall $5 and it gives me
It's called the vending machine in Texas. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of
ICBTB
ICBTB
podcast.
also known as
It Can't Be That Bad. This is the podcast where
even the worst movies
can still be good.
That's right.
And we watched. I mean, it has flaws,
Definitely has flaws.
but it is not bad.
No, I wouldn't call
can't
it bad. No, cannot be, dude.
Definitely not as bad as people say.
It's not an Oscar-winning film by any means.
I disagree. There's a couple of Oscars this could have won.
Really?
Makeup and costume alone.
For sure.
These are high runners. I think it's a discredit. I think sci-fi and Star Wars and Marvel films. I'm really shocked that Endgame didn't win more Oscars than it did. That was actually really kind of like they didn't. I believe they didn't even get like visual effects Oscar,
And
which
that's
blew
crazy.
my fucking
You
mind.
can see how much money they
How
funneled
did that
into
movie
that.
not win that Oscar?
Crazy Hollywood.
I can kind of
Wake
give
up.
them not giving the director one to the Russo brothers just because fuck them. But also like, how did Endgame not get the Oscar?
Because that's a type of movie that you have to watch in theaters because it is so visually appealing with the special effects. And I think that they need to be rewarded in the way that they deserve.
In fact, not only did they not win Best Visual Effects, that was the only nomination they had.
Oh my gosh. That's so
They
ridiculous.
were only up for one Oscar and they did not win it.
That's absolutely ridiculous to me. But this movie has a lot of really good special effects.
Especially for the time it was, 2004. Yes.
And so if you guys are listening to this
Nice.
episode, we just reviewed the Power Rangers 1995 film, and you could see the difference in less than 10 years.
Yeah.
What
also-
studio is capable of doing.
But also different studios.
You're right.
I think-
Absolutely.
although this was Fox too, wasn't it?
Not too sure. Actually, I think it might have been. Let's take a look at that real quick.
We'll cut out the look.
Yeah.
Davis Company, Brandywine Company, 20th Century Fox. So now it's owned by Disney.
Wow. Okay.
It's owned by Disney now.
Well, when was the last time anything Aliens or Predator related came out?
Not too long ago, that Predator came out with Michael Keegan and Olivia Munn.
Michael Keegan?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, and Olivia really?
Yeah, remember we saw it. It's on HBO
Oh, yeah,
Max.
yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's right. With Olivia Munn.
Who directed that? What's his name? Shane Black.
Ooh, okay. Did you watch it? Did you end up seeing it?
I've seen most of it.
Okay.
But that movie was, I watched it because I had heard about all the drama that had gone on, and like Shane Black was accused of a couple of things that he probably did, and Olivia Munn was like not happy with it, so as punishment, he cut a lot of her scenes out.
Damn.
And then like you can see a lot of, it was at a time when production companies didn't really let directors do what they wanted to do, and it was very obvious that this film had quite a bit
and
of
we're still coming
editing.
out of that kind of conflict.
We still have the hangover from it.
Yeah, for sure. We're still recovering from all of that.
Why don't we jump into it?
Yeah,
since we have plenty to say.
Yep.
We watched a film called Alien versus Predator, or as we like to call it, AVP, which also stands for Alex versus Pussy.
Watch 1 hour and a half
of 5 seconds of action.
5 seconds of action.
And then an hour, 30 minutes, and 55 seconds of him crying.
Alejandro Middleton backed into a corner. 5 vaginas.
Screaming at him. The facehuggers looked like vaginas, and I think that that's a purposeful thing.
For sure. It was very... This movie is PG-13, right?
They had to cut it quick. You weren't allowed to get a good look at the facehuggers because it looks so much like a vagina, I think.
Because if most horror movies like to sell sex simultaneously. Like, here's a pair of boobs, and then you see the girl die. Here, they're like we got to keep this PG-13.
Is it a pussy?
Yeah, so we're going to show you the underside of a baby alien, and it kind of looks like a vagina.
With the spider.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of gag-worthy moments in this movie.
And failed jump scares.
Yeah, failed jump scares for sure. Although I was jumping and screaming a lot, and we're going to get to it.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't because I've seen it. Like I said, I saw it fairly recently, so maybe that's why I wasn't too scared.
You know what was freaking me out more so than the aliens and predators was this pyramid. The pyramid is constantly reforming.
Every 10 minutes.
That I think someone's going to get squished. Indiana Jones style.
Hang on, we will get to that.
A lot of stone slabs.
I do have that as one of my main notes. Is like, honestly, the scariest part is when when Enrique Iglesias is trying to squeeze through real quick.
He's crawling,
and he's like, and then before he like gets to the end, he flips around to like make it even harder for himself to get out. It's fucking ridiculous.
It is. It's crazy, dude. I didn't feel want me to put that further away. But
take it away from me. Alien versus Predator is rated PG-13, which is a shame. Was released in 2004 and has a runtime of 1 hour, 55 minutes or 115 minutes. Very long movie.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's available on HBO Max and Hulu Premium, I believe. Has a rating of 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, a 21% on the Rotten Tomatoes, and a 29% on Metacritic. But Google has its own rating system, my friend.
83%.
No, 89. Very close. I mean, that makes sense. 89 is right about the same.
Yeah.
I remember when this movie came out, the people who wore the Alien vs. Predator shirts and stuff like that were kind of like the nerdy, lame kids who like, I feel like this is one of the first big crossovers, a Freddy vs. Jason-esque style thing.
Yeah.
But done well. I think this is a really good crossover of two different franchises.
Executed very well.
It could have been hack. It could have been really corny, but I think they did a really good job of...
Like, if you don't give a shit about all of the humans...
Honestly, they could have cut all the humans out.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two of them, maybe see them die, but really, what you're here for is to see them go head-to-head. Alien versus Predator.
That's what we're here for. That's what we paid for. Mm-hmm. But we'll get to that. Synopsis coming at you.
Right at you.
When a wealthy and ambitious Charles Bishop Wayland funds an expedition to Antarctica, he hopes to find a mysterious source of a heat that has been detected. It's a fart. Led by a tour guide, Alexa Woods, a.k.a. Cheap Thandie Newton, Wayland has his team uncover a pyramid, but they also find malevolent parasitic aliens. Making matters worse, another extraterrestrial species known as predators, arrive to hunt the other aliens with the humans caught in the middle of the conflict. This movie had a budget of... I have it here on the second page.
I'm assuming it's going to be a good amount because of the special effects.
Do you want to guess the budget?
No, I'd rather guess how much the box office.
The budget was $60 million.
Okay. I'm going to go with 100 mil.
It made $177.4 million.
Okay, so a financial success.
I think totally. And it makes sense why it made so much money because it's two successful franchises, maybe in the later days of their franchise, but still successful franchises. A crossover event done very well.
Yeah, for sure. You know, in the board meeting, when the first person said this, everyone just stood up and gave that man a standing ovation. We don't even know what the story's going to be yet, Ferguson. But Ferguson,
Bravo.
Bravo.
Give that man a pension.
And then they pop a bottle of champagne.
And then, bring in the secretaries.
Because we want to get them in on the project.
On the project.
Yep.
You girls can write.
There you go. You want a promotion? You want a promotion?
This is the Harvey Weinstein story.
Yeah. Makes sense. This is the early 2000s. So.
Okay, let's jump right in. I mean, are you a fan of Alien or Predator?
You know, I am a fan, but I wouldn't call myself a fan because I like them both, but I don't know either of them well enough. I've seen them.
I haven't seen
youngin.
all of them.
No.
I've definitely not seen all the Aliens, but I've definitely seen Alien with Sigourney Weaver, of course. And I've seen Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course. Which is another one that maybe we can do. I don't know if that one's rated maybe on the line.
There's something in this franchise that we could still tackle.
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger and the fucking governor, the other governor. That movie had two governors.
Crazy.
Fuck, what was the other wrestler's name? With the hair, god damn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to remember who it is because I can't. Two governors.
That's right.
In Predator, so
an OG Predator, bro.
My gosh, look at these political figures. Well, not at the time, but look at these guys going at it. It's crazy, almost as crazy as Trump having a being in the WWE Hall of Fame.
The best.
That is such a crazy fact. And who would have known that this action star, who was in Pumping Iron, would have been it's our governor,
the Governator, and Governor Jesse Ventura.
Yes,
who's also has the best conspiracy show where he's like, this is what I think, the alien lizard people are running the government. That's why I love Jesse Ventura.
I wonder if he came up with the conspiracy regarding Predator while on set. He's I know this is fake.
And before we leave the 80s, or at least this movie, Carl Weathers is also in it.
Wow,
so
dude.
Shout out Carl Weathers, bro.
Shout out.
Killing it on Mandalorian.
Dude, what I liked about this movie is that it shoved in so much fictitious historical context.
I loved it, but, dude, just so great that they get to this pyramid in Antarctica and they're like, there's 3 types of hieroglyphs?
Yeah. Oh, 3 cultures are mixed into this freaking wonder of the world?
And it was, of course, the Cambodians, the Egyptians, and the Aztecs.
Yep.
Because what did they all do, Christian?
They had the calendar. Wait,
they all built pyramids.
They're all built pyramids.
They're all ancient societies, hundreds of thousands of miles apart, that built pyramids.
And what this movie is saying is that these gods, quote unquote, these predators, came through, taught the Aztecs.
So here's not necessarily the Aztecs. Here's what I understood.
Or the humans there at the time.
There was humans in Antarctica. Mm-hmm. And the predators came down and taught them how to build pyramids. And they built these pyramids so that they could use the humans to grow the aliens.
Yep.
So that the predators could hunt them.
Because if you're not familiar with the Aliens franchise, watch a movie and you'll know.
We'll get to Aliens because that's also a great film.
Oh my gosh.
So they use the humans to grow them, and then there's too many aliens at one point. And so to just save their skin, the predators there just kill everybody. And that causes, from what I'm supposed to understand, the humans to leave Antarctica and go to the different parts of the world where they build pyramids in honor of the predators.
Yes, I think that's, exactly. Right? Exactly. Because
and so when we come into the movie, we find out that this heat source turned on or was discovered from a satellite in Antarctica. And this guy's like, all right, well, let's go there. And just being there restarts the calendar and the clock and the game of the hunt.
It was it was like a Tomb Raider thing where like one of the men stepped on a tile that pushed down. It was a trap.
That's an Indiana Jones thing.
That's an Indiana Jones thing for sure. And then it like woke up one of the aliens, right? And already the predators were scoping them out because it already been 100 years. The last time they visited was 1904.
And so they do it every year then, or every 100 years was
every 100. Yes.
And also like they shoot that laser, that heat laser that like bores a hole.
It's this big hole, and now they're all confused. All these excavators are confused. They're like, there's no machinery. There's no evidence
of no people here.
Let's go deeper.
But of course, because they want to get there first.
Yes, they want to be the first people to...
My question is, in fact, I'm going to pull up my notes real quick, but one of the things I noticed right off the bat is everybody's first choice is a flare.
Yeah.
Nobody ever, no one's first choice is ever a fucking flashlight. And then the flashlights that they do have are like toy flashlights.
I will argue to say that flares were used more so in this film than actual guns.
There's only one gun. Well, two maybe.
Yeah.
That actually get fired.
And that's not counting the Predator's gun.
Those aren't guns.
Those are...
I wouldn't count that as a gun.
I don't know what to call those.
Because it's part of him.
But I want it. Yeah. He puts it on his shoulder... And he has
Iron Man's it, and he's already waiting for it.
The 3-dot laser sight,
which is a Predator thing. That's pretty
common.
Predator.
Badass.
His, I do like. Okay, real quick. The funniest part of this movie.
What?
I'm gonna jump to the end real quick, but fuck it, it's my show, our show.
But fuck it.
When Predator takes his mask off and he's having that like heart to heart with Thandie Newton, and
they're about to kiss, man.
No, not just that, but when Queen Alien bursts out of the ground,
yes,
Predator's surprised face.
Oh,
his eyebrows go up, his eyes get big, his mouth drops open. I've never seen Predator be surprised.
Predator
has so much.
He must have done a theater class. He took theater 101.
Took improv once at a community college.
They're like, okay, you need to act as if there's someone in the back of the theater that can't see your expressions.
So animated. His face was so animated.
It's crazy to find out that Predator has eyebrows, dude.
And like moving eyebrows too. Like he was like very emotive with them.
Mm-hmm. These are emotional beings. With how much he was
for being Predator and Hunters.
For being Predator and Hunters. He was able to emotionally connect with Miss Fake Thandie Newton at the very end, at the point where he's giving her the mark where she is now a warrior.
Which saves her later. Super spoilers, and we are way in the end now. But when the other Predators come to take his body back,
yes,
which is a huge mistake. Other super spoiler.
Mm-hmm. Huge mistake. A stretcher.
They see her. She's got the mark of because she killed an alien.
Yes.
So she gets the mark of killing her prey. Mm-hmm. And the other Predator's like, nice. Here's a spear.
Dude, yeah, here she thought she was going to get stabbed. But so what is she going to do now? Is she going to hang this Predator spear in her office back at home?
I don't know if she's in the second one, but we'll have to watch the second one.
I am curious, dude.
I mean, there's so much. I say it every episode. There's so much to say. Where would you like to...
Let's start from the beginning. So
the Indiana Jones in this mummy-esque pyramid.
But even before that, I want to express that I expressed to you prior to this that we hated the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I admitted to you that when I saw this movie not too long ago, I had missed the first 30 minutes and got right into the action.
That's where you guys should start. So skip the first 30 minutes.
Here's what happens. They do an Avengers meetup where they just try and gather a crew. Means nothing. None of that shit makes any sense. Makes no difference at the end.
Yeah. You got a scientist, an excavator, someone who knows the layout of the land. Yes, exactly.
And then that's it. That's all you need to know.
Bad ADR.
Don't even watch it. Skip the first 30 minutes.
It makes no sense.
They should be at the whaling station already when you watch this movie.
Yeah. Start it when you finally see Predator or Alien or both. Because that's when it really ramps up.
Well, you see Predator like pretty early in the movie. Because the ship shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said... you know what you're getting into. It's Alien versus Predator. So just jump to the whaling station.
Yeah. So the guy steps on the tile, Indiana Jones style.
Correct. Now that we've said that point.
We've said that many times.
So this guy steps on a tile.
Yeah.
And it's like Indiana Jones style.
Wait. Before you get there, there's this tile. And when you step on it, have you seen Indiana Jones?
There's a movie that Disney has a ride based on. Have you been on this ride? It's called Indiana Jones.
Oh shit! Is that the one with the tile?
It's a tile that if you step on, it causes booby traps.
Yeah.
I love the baddies.
Yes. Thank you for sticking around through all this wackiness.
So they step on these tiles. Unbeknownst to them, what that tile is doing is starting the electronics of this pyramid, which is going to jumpstart the heart of a queen alien, which is just full of eggs.
Mama alien, I would venture to say, is thick. Her thorax is disgustingly thick.
Grossly full of eggs.
Super pregnant. Like, way more than 9 months. How many trimesters is she in?
None. I think she just holds eggs until she's ready to go.
That's disgusting.
Until she just like elephant trunks them out on that conveyor belt.
It's weird. It's like a factory in this pyramid because she's like kind of like shackled up, just kind of laying it out factory style. There's like an assembly line happening. Let's put the egg here.
And are those eggs being taken to the like sacrificial tombs?
Yes.
That's where
in
they're
some
going.
way. These
and then being like organized there too. Later, every time we come back, there's more and more eggs there. They're being organized. Somebody is organizing these.
There
eggs.
are mysterious alien Oompa Loompas,
ghosts,
or ghosts.
The original sacrifices, bro.
That's what's happening here. We're onto something.
So
yes,
alien starts laying eggs. Predators are being summoned. They're already being ready to go, and they get to Earth and start killing everybody at the whaling station.
Yeah, and the way it happens, they come across another Indiana Jones type of thing, a sarcophagus. Or that's also a Tomb Raider thing because they're straight up raiding
or a mummy
like a tomb. Yeah, and on this sarcophagus are dials. And the way to open the sarcophagus, not even a good puzzle. You just have to put today's current date.
And why is it today's date?
I think
10/10/2004. Do you think that was the actual date of filming?
No. No way.
What's the date? 10/10/2004.
I imagine fake Thandie Newton having like some sort of bitch fit and being like, let's record or let's film next week. And so there's no way they could have coincidentally recorded on 10/04/2004.
I kept thinking there was going to be a thing where they have to like stick their finger in and to turn it, or they have to put their arm in this hole, and then it was going to get chopped off or grabbed.
The key is someone's lost
saw
limb.
style. Mm-hmm. But no, that never came up.
No, PG-13. That's why.
I think that's really, I think that really like hurt them.
Yes, because this is gritty. Come on, because the original Predator's
rated R, right? Yeah, as far as I know.
Original Aliens,
rated R.
Rated R,
as far as I know.
Yeah, and so...
And this one, they're just like, what if this one's for the kids?
Really? It's like taking blood away from Mortal Kombat. It's like, does anyone want to watch a PG-13 Quentin Tarantino film?
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, director of this film also directed Mortal Kombat.
I believe Predator is a secret character in one of the Mortal Kombat games.
In the newest one. Both of them. Alien and Predator.
Alien and Predator, dude. So if you don't have time to watch the movie, play the game.
You can play Mortal Kombat 11?
11, I think.
I believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
The children.
Yes. I believe. I just watched Ray.
What if you're doing the Ray Stevie sway?
No, Stevie's was different. Stevie's is a rock.
It's more of like a...
Yeah, Stevie's is a jazzy thing.
He puts his head in the direction in which he's going to sway, but Ray stays kind of...
Ray's like, I gotta get more heroin.
I don't recall that song.
That's his most famous hit.
Oh, wow.
It's called Hand Me That Spoon.
That's terrible, dude. Because the spoon is for cereal.
Serial hero.
Let's get back to the movie.
Nick Fury in this film I got upset with. The guy who like assembles the crew and then ends up being like a major douche.
He's such a dick. He gets everyone killed.
Yeah. So they end up in this castle or the pyramid that rotates every 10 minutes, which is like the most bonkers thing for an ancient pyramid
They
to do.
say it's because the Aztec calendar is structured in a metric system by tens or some shit like that.
But that doesn't make sense because the Aztecs didn't have the number 0.
You know, I don't know how it works.
And that's a true fact because I myself am a
would it go
descendant
to
of the
1,
Aztecs.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 back to 1, and they would just layer.
They didn't have a place. They didn't have a 0, so that means they didn't have a 10. That means they didn't understand double digits.
So that's more fictitious than Alien and Predator combined.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I do want to get into it now that we are here.
Yeah.
So every 10 minutes, I thought someone was gonna die. Because the doors are moving, walls are caving in quick.
And also, this movie does a lot of the thing that you find in in movies where somebody's like holding onto the edge of a cliff and they fall, and then the other person like runs and dives and is able to catch them. You're like, no, they're like all the way at the bottom of the cliff now.
You're
like,
done.
The amount of time it takes you to run to the edge to grab them, that person's already fallen.
Dead. Yeah, this defies so many different laws of physics.
Right when Thandie Newton makes a jump and doesn't make it all the way, and she's like clawing at the bricks,
and each brick is falling.
They're falling as she's doing. She's already dead.
You're done. No, bye, Thandie. I'm saving myself.
She doesn't get like Pepsi Cola guy doesn't get to save her.
Pepsi Cola guy ended up dying because he saved her.
And
not let her.
Not really. No. That's not how he dies. He gets taken, remember, and then slapped up with the snot walls.
Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about.
I've never seen that before. Is that an alien thing?
I think that's an alien thing.
Maybe I missed that in the Alien films.
They're brought to the nest.
I've never seen that.
That's like the impregnation station.
Yeah.
So
nice. I call that the master bedroom.
This is where the magic happens, and that's where the vagina baby aliens stuck on the face.
Face huggers. They're called face huggers.
Face huggers. Face fuckers is what I'd call them.
Well, it's PG-13.
Yes. Oh, so face huggers. What disease did Wayland have, by the way?
Asthma. He just had basic asthma.
He has what I have.
He had a nebulizer with him, and also like the pocket nebulizers that he has with him probably means that he doesn't have that bad. Actually, honestly, and we probably shouldn't be laughing, I think he had lung cancer. Because when Predator does the X-ray, there
was a lot of like nodules and tumors on his lungs. You know what? Not asthma. I have asthma, and I have an inhaler. He had
a nebulizer.
A nebulizer. And
shout out to my sister-in-law. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what that is.
This is my first time hearing it, but
You don't have a nebulizer?
No, dude.
I guess your asthma's not that bad. I think like I said, I think your asthma's psychosomatic.
It's not. It's much better now that I've lost weight, for sure. But I used to have crazy asthma attacks when I was younger, dude.
But were they asthma attacks or anxiety attacks?
No, asthma attacks, for sure.
Or anxiety attacks.
Well, I'm sure anxiety would build because I'm just can't breathe. Mm-hmm. So I would have inhalers. I would have like the chamber that connected to the inhaler.
I had one of those.
It was kind of like a Lego set because it was kind of cool.
You like shove it and then you have to like. I had an inhaler.
A 3-piece inhaler.
Why did I have an inhaler at one part? I think I had they thought I had maybe a lung infection, so I had like one of these boosters that I had to take for a month.
So you've had to deal with it. You know exactly.
Yeah. But and it had the tunnel and everything. I felt like I was. And then when I got older, there's never mind.
You don't want to talk about your futuristic inhaler.
So Alien versus Predator. The Predator is using like the map, right? When he pulls up the map to like find out where the humans are, when the camera zooms in and uses that as the scene change, is fucking art. Like I thought that was one of the things in this film that is underrated. I think that was something that is what a clever way to wipe the scene, bring us to a new area, and yet have it still make sense for what's happening.
Yeah, it's not like they were doing a Star Wars Episode 1 Final Cut Pro transition.
That's a very George Lucas thing. Every Star Wars has like angle cuts and like.
It's like he looked at it once. He was like, "Yeah, we're good."
I think he must have thought those were like classic movie wipes.
Yeah,
and was like, "I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna do it.
I don't have anyone telling me not to."
Yeah, because look at all of the money that I have. I could do whatever the fuck I want.
George Lucas, hire us.
Please.
We will eat your toe, fungus.
No, dude.
A lot of forced jump scares in this film, too.
Yes.
Did they scare you?
No. The only thing that scared me was like, dude, move before that wall squishes you.
Yeah. That was very anxiety-inducing, I will say. And also, I did not like his very nonchalant reading of hieroglyphs.
Yes.
And reading it as if it's written like a sentence.
Yeah, it's like...
Once upon a time.
Like, only those that are chosen can go in.
No, actually it says, only he who chooses can go in. He's like, no, actually it says, he who's chosen may go in.
Yeah, he's just switching it up, dude.
He's like, oh. And even the dude who he says it to was like, all right, well, I'm going to go check out this part of the cave.
Yeah, you just hurt his ego. His job is to be the smart guy.
They're all smart guys.
Yeah, everyone there is smart, but this guy had glasses, meaning that he is automatically smarter than everyone else. Poor dude dies. He has 2 kids. Why is he walking around with an old school digital camera?
Because it's 2004. That's a brand new camera.
But they still don't have like a
new camera.
Like
that camera didn't have an eye thing.
Nothing like that. There was no tripod. No nothing like that.
I thought the whole flash thing was gonna come back later. Because in the helicopter, when he's like taking the photo, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." I
bet you that was cut out.
Epilepsy or something? Like, I don't understand what the big deal was with the flash.
I don't know. Maybe it was just supposed to be like, they tried to put in comic relief here and there.
Speaking of comic, this is based on a comic book. Alien vs. Predator was first a comic book run.
And I would read the shit out of that.
Yeah,
dude.
I would too. I bet you. I hope. I know that it is more focused on the aliens and the predators. Not too many humans. Like when the book opens, it takes place on a different planet.
Get rid of the humans. I don't care about their relationships.
I do care about the predators' relationships.
Yeah, dude.
This movie made me really. It's clear whose side the movie makers were on because they made us all like love the predator.
You know what it is? It's because predators are
eyebrows.
humanoids.
Oh.
Yes, and then they were.
I thought it was his lovely emoting eyebrows.
I'm pretty sure one of the head writers of this film
was a
also
comedian.
had fake fan fiction erotica about predators.
Dude, fake Thandie Newton fucked Predator, and that scene got cut out.
For sure, dude. When he removes his mask and he has
it's to kiss her.
Yeah, 20 sets of teeth. Girl, you getting the best cunnilingus.
No, I don't think so because he didn't have like lips.
No, I guess.
I think lips.
Does
are
he have a
important.
tongue? Do predators
No,
have
that's
tongues?
Alien.
Aliens.
No, aliens
for
cunnilingus.
sure. Oh man, they getting it on, dude.
Sorry, Mom.
In what you call the master bedroom.
In what you call the Impregnation Station, which is a way better name for the master bedroom. Wouldn't it be funny if you said this is the Impregnation Station and it's just like a girl's locker room?
Gross, dude. Oh man.
I will have to cut that one out. When the guy's about to get sandwiched, that part is truly the scariest part for me. I was never scared of the alien or the predator. I was more scared of the claustrophobia that the pyramid induced.
Yes, it was really a terrifying setting. I think they did a good job with that because every single time alien would show up, it wasn't out of the cuts. You would see its slimy head kind of pop out.
Alien's head always made me feel gross. Alien's head made me want to take a shower.
It looks like an elongated pinto bean, and I'm like,
What was dope though was when Predator and Thandie Newton finally like get together.
Yeah.
And Predator's like, "Wait, let me make you some armor and a weapon."
She leveled up, dude.
She leveled up.
She got a pay raise.
She literally like got enough XP points throughout the film by killing enough aliens.
Yeah, dude.
That now she gets the ultimate armor.
She got new equipment because I didn't know what was going on. He was looking at this alien, looked at her, looked back at the alien, ripped its head off.
Ripped its finger off
Yes.
to like explain that it's acid proof. The Predator sign language.
Smart.
That is
intelligent.
That's why the Predator is the fiercest creature in the universe.
We've spoken before about like how would aliens, if they were to come and make contact with us, what is the most effective way to communicate with us, right?
I was gonna posit the question: what do you think is a more realistic extraterrestrial, Predator or alien?
Predator. I feel that there is a humanoid extraterrestrial out there.
I think it's alien.
Why is that?
Because I wonder if maybe we are. Let's say we are the only humanoid things out there, and because it's on a different planet, it has definitely developed way differently and nowhere near us because it's not anywhere close to us physically. Mm-hmm. I think that means that the aliens would look like a xenomorph.
I would like to change my mind and go on your side. Actually,
yes, I love when I convince you.
Yeah, you should run for politics. With aliens, it makes sense. I feel like they would have this kind of thing with like a whole nesting area, a mother alien, where they would produce in wholesale.
I also think it's weird that like the alien movies, the aliens have their own agenda. Like they have their own thing going on, right? They're hopping from planet to planet, ship to ship, infecting stuff like a parasite that they are. Mm-hmm. Yet we're also supposed to believe that for thousands of years the predators were like, you know what we should also do? Hunt these things.
Basically, this is the extraterrestrial version of what's that movie that just came out?
Dangerous.
The Hunt or whatever.
Oh yeah,
right. Where it was just all aristocratic people buying people to just shoot.
The most dangerous game. The most dangerous game.
The most dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, that's what Dick Cheney likes to do for fun: is hunt humans.
Oops, sorry, I shot you. I thought you were a deer.
Face. Cheney didn't apologize to that guy. That guy apologized to Dick Cheney. Sorry, I got in front of your shotgun.
I'm sorry. I'm in the way.
I'm sorry, I look like a bird. I'm sorry you shot me in the face.
The nicest. I want to see that skit. The nicest gangbanger. I'm sorry, I shot you.
That's fucking Trailer Park Boys when they get in shootouts and they're like, stop! I got shit. One got me.
It, dude, stop it.
Couple of fun things that were supposed to happen in this film. Arnold Schwarzenegger was offered to reprise his role as Dutch in this film, make a cameo, if he lost the election as governor of California.
Oh, wow. He should have lost.
Actually, yeah, probably.
I wanted to see him back in action.
Also, Sigourney Weaver was in talks to come back as well to reprise her role from Alien. Or not reprise her role, but to, I don't know, be another robot clone of her character or something.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that how they keep bringing her back? Because she keeps dying.
The storyline is so convoluted.
I cannot keep it straight. I've read it and tried it. I can't.
Yeah.
But you were about to say, you see...
I see her come on, like it's in the first movie. She's a good guy. She's just a person on the ship and where it gets infected. Other times I see her where she's on the alien side. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
I can't. I honestly don't know.
Then we don't know the franchise well enough. We shouldn't be doing this episode. Bye.
We did jump into level 6 of a franchise that has like maybe 13 levels.
Yes.
And, but not unlike, well, I guess we watched the first Leprechaun. If we do like Jason in space.
Yes. Would we be as confused? As I think...
I want to do Jason in space.
I'm down.
Also.
I think October's coming up, dude. I have some ideas for some horror flicks that we could watch.
Well, we only get 4 this year.
Oh, that's right. Only 4.
Yeah.
Shit.
Make them fucking count.
Hey, you too, dude.
I don't know. I get to pick the Christmas movies.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm going to pick all 4 horror movies. Super excited.
I'm going to make suggestions. My suggestion is Jason X, which I believe is the one in space.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
And then, well, we already did Freddy v. Jason. That movie was stupid.
Yeah. This was a better, like I said before.
A better crossover.
A better crossover of 2 villains coming together and clashing it out.
Definitely. Ridley Scott did not like this film. James Cameron said it was okay. James Cameron said, he knows what it was.
I think it did its due diligence. It knew that this was okay.
A lot of fun Easter eggs too, right? I mean, the armor, the weapons, the tongue, the face huggers, the eggs. A lot of fun little the hieroglyphs in the background that they don't read. I had a good time watching this film just looking at the stuff in the background.
Yeah. The background,
the set design,
really good. The downfall of this is just like too much human.
Yeah, I agree.
Get rid of the people.
I wish it was more Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, kill the people faster.
Did not have to take place on Earth.
Right? I guess they needed some humans to kind of like give us, the viewers, some exposition for the historical background.
No, I disagree. I think what it was in 2004, that's right after 9/11, we got rid of camp and we replaced it with realism. Bourne Ultimatum, Casino Royale, The Dark Knight. We replaced all of our fun, crazy thoughts and replaced it with real, true. How can this take place in real life?
How can we connect to this more? Yeah.
And so I think by having the humans here makes it like realistic, as opposed to having 2 unbelievable aliens in an unbelievable place on an unbelievable spaceship.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been a better film.
Yeah. Or if they were gonna give us 30 minutes of humans, no aliens, no predators yet, they should have done a better job of like, this is the first 30. Like, please reel us in, entice us, because we're expecting action.
I would have, if they did that, we should not have seen any of the predators yet. We shouldn't have seen like the aliens yet. I like how much they built it up though. Like they kept the predators invisible for a while. I do also think it's weird that in every movie the predators are invisible until the first time it doesn't work anymore. And then for the rest of the film, they're just like, fuck it, I'll just be seen.
They no longer become invisible.
As soon as one of them gets shot, they're all just like, fuck it, we don't need to be invisible.
They
know we're here.
I want to go back to like the predators and like their emotions, because I wonder, were those 3? There were 3 predators that entered the period originally.
Only one left.
And only one left. Were they best friends?
Maybe brothers.
Because they would look at each other and seem very worried when one would get like killed, right? Brothers.
When that first one gets killed by the alien, by the xenomorph, and Predator turns and sees, I bet you he was crying under that. His
heart dropped. This is okay. Hot take. I think that these predators are there. These are all sons of predators from the older films, or just from, they are younger predators. And this is them trying to prove themselves for their families or tribes on whatever planet they come from.
I agree.
And so they are freaking out.
Test.
They've known each other since they were young boys, girls. I don't know them. And like they grew up with them, and now they're seeing their childhood friends die.
It's Band of Brothers style, bro.
Yeah, dude. Now I'm trying to see that spinoff. The drama.
The Predator. The buildup of the Predators coming to Earth. Mm-hmm. Like how do you prepare for the 100-year hunt that happens once every 100 years.
How do you really? I don't know. There has to be like a 300 Spartan style arena back on their planet
that they practice in.
That they practice, and I bet you it's like all virtual. It's all basically just simulations.
No, I disagree. I think their training back on the homeworld is like Predator OG, where they bring the fiercest animals from other worlds onto their planet for them to hunt and practice with.
Ooh, that's so cool. This makes me really want to watch the old Predator.
I was just going to, me too, actually. I was just going to say real quickly about like a 300-esque style thing. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm not even, that's stupid. That has nothing to do with anything.
No, I'm curious.
When the Spartans were preparing for war at the Pass of Thermopylae, King Darius had sent a spy to go see what they were doing. And when that Persian spy got there, he saw the Spartans, and you know what they were doing?
What?
They were combing their hair and calisthenics. And so, like, push-ups and jumping jacks and stuff.
Okay.
And so when he went back to King Darius, he told him, like, these guys are crazy. They're combing their hair and, like, taking baths and doing jumping jacks. Like, we're going to defeat these people easily. And that's one of the things that, like, the Spartans were known for, was like, they were horrible, murderous creatures, but they also looked good while they did it.
They took care of themselves, which is why,
like, the manliest men in the world still took care of themselves.
That's why Gerard Butler and a lot of other actors had to look real good.
But you would also be ripped like that if you were a Spartan.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Naturally.
They killed people like me and you in Spartan culture.
Oh, you know how in, and we'll get back to the movie, but you know how, like, there was, in 300, they would show them throwing defected babies off the cliff? Yeah. I'd be one of those babies.
For sure.
I'm that pile of bones at the bottom of the cliff.
I have a feeling maybe they'd, like, let me in, but then they'd also be like, all right, go kill that wolf. And I'd be like, And
you died by the wolf? Yep. Died from the wolf?
Are you right? I remember, like, that was like a whole thing.
That was a rite of passage. They would be thrown into the Arctic.
Go out there and come back, and
you have to come back with the wolf skin. So with this, I think the Predators have to come back with
the mark,
or something from the alien. Yeah, because the mark is that's how the mark. It's not fucking permanent marker.
Is this a boardroom at 20th Century Fox? Did you just propose this idea? Because
I'm Ferguson, dude.
You're killing it, Ferg. Hey, Ferg.
Yay.
Well done.
Thank you. Get the secretaries in here to do work.
To type up this script. According to Paul W.S. Anderson, the director of this film, if this film was going to be made in Hollywood, the set that they built would have cost, do you want to guess?
Shit. Let's say 50 million alone.
Close to 20 million.
Okay, 20 million.
Which is, yeah.
That's a lot already. That's not paying the actors.
Instead, they filmed in Poland.
Okay. Oh, this is really?
And you want to know how much they paid?
5 million.
I'm sorry, Prague.
In Prague.
2 million.
Wow, cheap. Real cheap. Not
100%
bad.
cheaper.
Well, yeah, because, dude, property, anything cheaper in California, dude, you're going to pay up the woozah just to clear out a street.
I was thinking about this the other day as I listened to Real Buzz Crew.
Shout out.
Their tax collector episode. And they also came up to the qualm of, like, what did they spend all of this budget on? I bet you a lot of that budget that we're not quantifying is the permits to film in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I bet you it's exceedingly expensive.
Because they wanted to make it as realistic for the
they definitely filmed in
LA.
like Englewood and South Central and shit like
that. Dude.
So, yeah, I bet you... not just building the set, but filming this in Hollywood to have this done probably at the 20th Century Fox studio would have been, the pay rate for the union wage and the day laborers would have been astronomical.
Yeah, dude. So they did this in Prague, saved a shit ton of money so that they could spend it on the special effects. Because I was kind of worried seeing the first 30 minutes and seeing how shitty it was. I was like, oh man, are the special effects going to be bad? But when Predator came through, and you see Alien.
His invisible looks kind of bad, but everything else after that looks good.
Passable, though. The visibility, passable. Everything else is great.
Let's talk about the Queen and her being chained up.
Yeah, what's going on? I thought it was crazy
when they, like, bit the fuck out of her to break her out of the chains.
That was weird. I don't know what... They got some family domestic issues going on over there. They're biting mama.
It's like it's Queen Bee, bro. The males do what the Queen Bee tells them.
Yeah,
I think that's such a crazy thing about Alien, where it's like, yeah, the xenomorphs are scary, but wait till you see the Queen.
Looks terrifying. Even at the very end.
That Queen is very scary. That's a very scary looking alien.
Imagine being fake Thandie Newton, and how great must you feel? You just took down this big thing. You stabbed it in the heart. Also, it fell into a burning house?
No, yes, it did. And then she, like, ties it to a water tank.
Yes, and uses a shovel to flip the water tank, and the water tank,
which was empty, right?
It has to be. She's not that strong.
Would it have been heavy enough to pull down Queen Bee?
Maybe. How heavy is Queen Bee? Queen Bee lost a lot of weight because Queen Bee already gave birth.
She doesn't have her ovaries anymore.
She does not have any more eggs. She released them.
She's all out, except for one.
One? Oh, because one was, spoiler alert, still inside a Predator. Predator. Everyone thought Predator was dead.
Yeah, why did they recover his body but not the other two?
Because, so seeing that Predator...
Oh, because the pyramid was destroyed.
Pyramid was destroyed. They're not there. And also that makes me think of like, wow, like look at how the respect and the honor that is
to be a warrior.
To be a warrior. Yes, we see them and view them as vicious creatures, but that's because we're the prey. We are merely just cattle, right? Sure. But they have the emotional intelligence to take out this dead predator. They're probably going to have some sort of ritual or burial, right? To kind of like send him off.
I think probably like a Viking where they're going to light something on fire. And
yeah.
I just saw something here that says his name was Scar, that predator. Apparently he has a name.
Missed that.
Yeah, because they said it so many times. Apparently he's a younger specimen, and that's why his skin is much smoother than previous predators. Not only that, his skin tones are made to look more human and a little less amphibian so that the audience would associate and bond with him more.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job to the makeup artist. Really. To really try to differentiate. I want to put side by side Scar and another predator from like the original that we don't connect with, right?
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if there's OG Predator could have like killed the xenomorphs faster.
Possible.
This movie was first offered to Guillermo del Toro to direct.
I would have watched that. I would like
that
to
would have been very scary.
That would have been rated R for
sure. That would have been very scary.
For sure. I know they came out with a video game a few years ago.
A few of them.
A few of them, apparently not bad. Like specifically Aliens versus Predator. And so it was like a multiplayer type of thing. You get to choose your side, obviously. I think you get to also be the humans.
Lame. That's a lame side. But that's the side you would pick because you always pick the lame side.
Yeah. I want the challenge, dude. Okay, I want to ask you. I have to ask you.
Hit me.
Who would you rather be chased by? Predator or Alien?
That's fucking terrifying. Predator, because he'd kill me fast.
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to have something burst out of my chest.
You're right. Okay, good answer. Once again, I'm going to have to go on your side. Not that I've chosen yet.
But Xenomorph is scarier.
Yes.
Right? That's a nightmare. But I would rather have the Predator hunt me down.
Yeah, Predators, they're, like I said, they kill with honor.
And then they like hang you upside down so that they can come back and eat you later. I'm not really sure what they do with all the kills.
Who, Predators?
Yeah, because remember, like he strung up all the bodies after he killed them.
I don't know what that means.
I know hunters do that so that they can bleed the bodies.
No, okay, this is what I'm thinking. If we're thinking that they are warriors and they come
hunters.
From hunters and they come from a tribe, then they have to use you as some sort of resource, right? Like how hunters would like hunt a boar and they would like use the boar for meat.
Yeah, but I don't.
Like a coat.
That's not the predators, though. I think what predators do is they're using us. I think our use is to train them for.
But why are they keeping our bodies? Are we trophies?
They're not keeping them. They're just stringing us up.
Why are they stringing us up then?
I think that goes to the hunter-esque of it. Like that's what a hunter does. When a hunter makes a kill, he strings it up because what he'll do is he'll slit the throat and let the blood drain out. But the predators aren't eating us. But as part of still being that part of their...
They'll hunt it nonetheless.
They're still hunting. They're still hunters, so to speak. But there's no need to bleed us because they're not eeating us.
Man, I'm curious.
This is all out of school.
I would love to... I want to interview a predator.
Well, you're going to get a lot of
sign language. So I need to learn the predator sign language. Do they have their own verbal language?
They can talk to each other, I believe.
I don't even know what the noises are like. That's a good... Yes, I'm down.
They do make noises because when the mouth opens, like...
What a weird mouth they have. Opens also...
It's this way. And then they also have like...
I've always had a question. People say, like at the dentist, open wide, right? But if our mouths open in a vertical fashion, wouldn't you say open long? Because open wide is a horizontal fashion. But the predator opens both long and wide.
The dentist says open wide because they're sitting to your side. So to their view, it's wide.
I like it. Did you really?
Right there, I just called it. I just made it right
I'm
there.
for it. I've had that question in my mind.
Did I just knock 3 in a row? Did I just convince
you
you
did a good
3
job,
things in one episode?
Run for something. Run for
your president of your life.
Run for the president of my life?
Yes. Best person on set award, Kristen Baltazar.
It's gonna have to go to the makeup artists, and a mixture of the makeup artists, all of them, and the special effects director.
Mine's going to Ian Whyte. He's the gentleman who was in the Predator suit. Mm-hmm. I think he literally did the most heavy lifting, because I imagine that suit wasn't light, but also the most emoting. He did the most acting. He did the most fighting.
What was his name again?
His name is Ian Whyte. Whyte.
Wow, Ian. Can you imagine the director saying, "Ian, you have to look surprised at this moment"?
I wonder if he even controlled it. I wonder if that was an animatronic thing where somebody else controlled, because it's
so he just had to stand there.
Yeah, he was just like when the guy played Darth Vader, he didn't even have to say the words because they knew they were gonna dub it in later.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's wearing a mask. You don't see his face. No nothing. So probably that. Yeah, I don't think he did much.
I mean, I think
in terms of that emoting
and face, I don't think he had control of the eyebrows of them.
Physically, that suit looks
heavy.
like a lot of latex, a lot of rubber, a lot of everything. Those dreadlocks alone,
50 pounds.
Imagine.
And then he puts on the armor.
My neck would hurt. What would you rate it?
It's a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a solid 3.
I think if I knew more about the franchises, I'd like it more.
Yeah, it would give us the satisfaction, because we're already fascinated by the background and the lore of the film, or of each. It's obvious who we choose.
Predator.
We love Predator.
Predator's way cooler than Alien.
Yeah.
I actually don't know anybody who would pick Alien.
Because you can't connect with the alien. Predator's already humanoid.
I would pick Alien over the movie Predator.
Okay.
Because I like the Sigourney Weaver stuck on that spaceship story more than I like Arnold Schwarzenegger blowing shit up.
But as a being, the beings.
Predator
for 100%. Sure, dude. For sure.
Team Predator.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I got to learn more about the Aliens franchise.
Did the Predator ship kind of look like their helmet, or was that just my imagination?
Thinking about it.
It kind of did, huh?
It kind of did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were the type of beings to fashion everything in a certain shape. We, as humans, we are fascinated by symmetry, right? We like rectangles, we like squares, we like sharp corners or perfect circles. They probably like something that is representative of their skulls. But who am I to judge?
So that's a very interesting thing, and we will probably blow their minds with this and end it. But I wonder if how we see shapes and sizes and right angles and stuff are pleasing to the eye and satisfying. I wonder if it's still satisfying for an alien creature. I wonder if a right angle. I mean, they still have right angles and understand Pythagorean theorem, because that is a thing through the universe. But I wonder if it makes. You know what I mean? I wonder if we build things based off of right angles. Everything's based off of a right angle.
Yeah.
But I wonder if a different entity in a different universe cares that much about right angles.
I think it depends on their society. Our tools, in terms of physics, it is so important with the laws of gravity and balance and everything. Right angles are everything. This table would not be able to stand without its legs being perpendicular to its surface.
Sure.
Right?
I wonder if up until 3D printing, we've always had to use a tool to make something out of it, right? And tools, the best way to make something and the most efficient way to do it is to make it an angle. But now we have 3D printers. We can print things to be just as structurally strong, but in a circle format or in a glob format. So, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
We're not stoned, but we definitely sound it.
I'm stimulated.
I'm stimulated.
Intellectually stimulated. Let me clear that up. Yes, very no, that is such an interesting take, though. I'm curious. I think I'd probably faint, though, if I saw an alien in real life, and I wouldn't live long enough to have this conversation.
Man, if I saw an alien in real life, I think I want it too bad. They're not going to come and get me.
You don't think so? You don't think you'd be the type of person that would get what's the word for it?
First of all, here's what I think, since we're on the topic real quick and we're ending anyways. I don't believe that there are aliens traveling in UFOs coming to this planet and abducting and crashing in Roswell. Yeah. I don't believe that. The UFOs that we see, I believe those are just unidentified flying objects. We just don't know what they are. They're probably a Russian airplane that they haven't told anybody about, or an American CIA jet that we just haven't told anybody. That's more likely the case. than being an alien from a different place. If there are aliens and they're coming to this planet, I think they're probably also interdimensional beings. So we're not even going to really see them. We're not even really going to understand or be in a way to understand.
Well, already, if an alien species has the capability of visiting us,
sure,
they already have more advanced technology, because that means they have already traveled
space and time.
Exactly, to get to us.
And statistically, the closest universe to us, by the time light travels to Earth from them, or from us to them, they're seeing dinosaurs still. So any universe that's looking at Earth is seeing dinosaurs or less.
Yeah.
So why are they going to come here anyways?
If they already understand space and time, then they would understand what we are seeing is primitive.
But that makes them interdimensional beings, because then they're traveling through space and time.
You're right.
They're breaking the dimension.
You're right. This is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something and I completely forgot it.
Look up and to the right, and you'll remember.
Nope. Just almost cracked my neck.
Did it feel good?
No, because I didn't crack it. I almost cracked it. On that note, Baddies, you know where to check us out.
Yeah,
you know our handles.
At ICBTB and podcast. Sorry, I forgot that word.
ICBTB podcast on all handles, pretty much.
You can follow me at call_me_Jesus.
You can follow me at Christian Has Asthma. Check out our website at icbtb.com. Or if you like typing.
It can't be that bad. All one word, all lowercase, no numbers, all letters. English, please. .com.
.com, not .org, not .gov.
Not .co.uk or .co.az or .co.gr or .fr or you know what? Enough.
You know how to type it. HTTPS
semicolon backslash www. ITCANTBA or THATBAD.com. Enter.
Slash episodes. I don't know. Backslash. Whatever. You know what we're saying. All right, y'all.
423386JNK.
Take it easy. Bye.